What is up, Fishaholics? Rich J here, FishAholic Fishing, and today I'm going to be fishing one of my favorite local ponds, and it's actually the only local pond in my area in North Jersey that has no ice on it. It's all open water because it's underwater springs, and it's like a small pond that gets almost 60 feet deep. So it's like an old bass quarry that's now owned by the town. And yeah, I mean, right now in North Jersey, it's kind of like a weird period. It's that transition period from, open water to ice, and actually today it's almost 60 degrees, but yesterday it was like 25 degrees as a high. And I actually went ice fishing yesterday, got skunked for my targeted species. I caught a bunch of panfish, but I was trying to actually catch pike on Bud Lake in New Jersey. And then I actually went the day before yesterday and I caught a bunch of panfish as well. And guys that had like 30 tip-ups out, did pretty well and caught, some decent pike. But I only had 3 tip-ups out, and I did some jigging, and I didn't do too well. The biggest perch I caught, I think, was like 4 inches. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot here and hopefully connect some fish. This little pond that I'm gonna be fishing has largemouth bass in it, rainbow trout, pickerel, panfish, and yeah, I'm gonna try and have some fun on this little tiny ultralight spinning rod. And if you watch a lot of my videos, you know that I love fishing with a little ultralight spinning rod in the cold water period. Let's catch some fish. So I'm fishing with my new chest mount, so you might have to bear with me, please, if the sound quality is a little iffy. It's a little windy out here, so it's probably going to create some wind disturbance. I know that. Water does look pretty good out here off this dock, and even on the inside of the dock here. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some pickerel or maybe even some bass lingering around. That side of the lake actually looks a little bit better because it's sheltered from the wind. This wind over here might make it a little difficult to fish this little tiny finesse fish that I'm fishing. All right, so I came to the far side of the lake after I broke off my little jig, and it's definitely a lot more comfortable over here. Less wind, because the wind is blowing over this little hill here. And I have deep water right at my feet, so there's a possibility I can catch anything probably here: trout, bass, pickerel, perch, panfish. And let's see what happens. I'm just going to work my little finesse shad right along the bottom and hopefully connect with a fish. Hopefully connect with a pretty big fish. I think the biggest fish I've caught since I've been home in Jersey is just like a 5 or 6 inch yellow perch. Not really too much to write home about, but a lot of my honey holes are, frozen over. They have skim ice on them, so I'm being forced to fish other bodies of water. I'm definitely casting into some fishy-looking water. You'd think I'd be able to get at least a bite from a panfish or something. Crappie, perch, maybe. Even a pickerel. A lot of pickerel in this lake. All right, I'm out of here. Maybe I'll go somewhere else on my way home. It just seems like there's no fish, right along the drop-off. It seems like, or I guarantee you, most of the fish probably drop off into the basin area because this small little pond has herring in it, has a lot of herring in it. And usually herring, what they like to do is they like to drop off in the main lake, deep basin area in the cold water period. And that'll probably draw a lot of the fish out of the shallows and into the deeper water, which I can't reach from the bank, so I might as well go somewhere else. All right, let's try pond number 2 here. This is a new lake that I've actually never been to before. It's a holdover trout pond, or lake. There's also Land Lock salmon in this body of water. I don't think I'm going to catch land locks in the next hour of daylight I have left, but maybe I'll be able to catch some bass, pickerel, panfish, maybe some trout. They stock it with trout. Really deep water here, I can tell you that. Very deep water. I'm probably casting out into 35 feet of water with my little jig here. Whoa. Did you see that? This fish right in front of me just broke water. That could have been a trout. It looked like it was trying to hit my line that's making a wake on the surface. These trout might maybe, you know, suspended or under the surface. I might not have to fish this along the bottom. Let's try this out for a sec. Just saw a fish jump over here and break water. There he is. Fish on. Fish on. Right where I saw him break water. On the little finesse shad. If I can land this fish, this will be my first fish out of this lake here. Oh yeah, it's a Land Lock salmon, guys. Oh, and he got off right at the water's edge. Look at that, my first Land Lock salmon right there. Gorgeous fish. Absolutely gorgeous. Woo! There he goes. All right, guys, so that was really, really sweet. First Land Lock salmon ever in a new body of water that I've never been to before. Nothing beats that right there. I just saw, you know, a fish break water and I casted my little finesse shad out there. Was kind of working it about a foot or two under the surface. And, you know, that little landy smashed the heck out of it. Oh, just saw another blow up. Just had another fish hit the surface. I'm gonna cast right where I saw that wake, just like, you know, my first fish. Hopefully I'll be able to hook up. Come on, baby, come on. Oh, the fish are going crazy out there. There he is. Fish on. That was just awesome right there. It's kind of like you just wait for them to break water and then you cast on top of them. This one here is a little bit bigger. Okay, now one of the ways you can tell that it's a salmon and not a rainbow trout or a trout, oh, well, there he goes, is they have forked tail salmon. I don't know if you saw that, but those fish are wild. Wild, wild, wild. Hopefully I can get another one for you and show you a closer look at their tails. But yeah, salmon have forked tails where trout have more of a square tail. I'm just working this little finesse shad about 1 to 2 feet right below the surface, kind of jigging it up and letting it flutter back down, giving it little jiggles here and there as it's, you know, sinking. And you know, these salmon are just nailing it. And on this light tackle rod here, this is my 5'6" Berkeley Cherrywood ultralight spinning rod, 4-pound test, fluorocarbon, little cheap Quantum Optics 10 spinning reel. These salmon put like a phenomenal fight on this little tiny setup here. Just looking for one more. There he is. There he is. Just when I was about to say I was looking for one more, and he got off. Oh, he got off. That one really surprised the heck out of me, though. He hit it on the fall, and my line was a little bit, you know, slack. It should have been tighter. I should have been paying more attention. Let's see if, you know, there's still another fish over here. There he is. Little guy. Right off the weed edge. I am killing him right now, though. This is freaking awesome. These salmon are crazy. Crazy fish. Absolutely gorgeous. But look at the forked tail. See the forked tail? That's how you know it's a salmon. All right, well, I think it's just about that time. I'm gonna take a few more casts and then probably call it. Seems like the bite is definitely slowing down a little bit. Haven't had a bite or, you know, a fish in about 20 minutes. And all the fish that I did catch, I caught within like a 10-minute period. You know, there must have been a school that kind of just came right here in front of me. And, you know, they were feeding pretty good. But all in all, definitely a good little, you know, outing of fishing here. I mean, I went to a lake that, you know, I knew pretty well, couldn't catch anything. Then I come to a lake that I've never been to before, and I catch my first ever Land Lock salmon. And I didn't just catch one, I caught 3 of them. You know, that was really sweet. You know, definitely a really good little outing here of fishing. But yeah, if you like today's video and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. And you know, if you like the video as well, don't forget to click the like button. And if you want to know any more information about the tackle and equipment, just you know, post a comment in the comment section below or look in the description below. And yeah, I'm not gonna reveal this location. I'm gonna kind of keep it under the radar because, you know, it's a new spot, and you know, I really want to fish it hard and, you know, kind of just keep it as one of my little out of the way spots that you know, not many people fish. I mean, I did come here today and there was a couple other guys fishing here, so it's, you know, definitely a few people know of this body of water. And yeah, I really never had a shot to try and catch landlocked salmon, and finally today I was able to do it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and never forget, live to fish, fish to live.